Welcome everyone to this Prodigy Collective conversation. I am Jessica Kinsey with Prodigy and Company, and I am here with Terra Milo, our tech expert. Hey Terra, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I am excited about our conversation today.
Me too.
So we will jump right in, and we are talking today about how technology and efficiency can help you grow. And this is a topic that I love so much because I have so many clients or potential clients that come to me, and when they want to talk about growth, they want to talk about how they can get more clients. I want to increase my revenues. I want to increase my customers, which is great and is super important, but I always have to stop them and talk about the overall business and how you can get a bunch of new clients, but if you can't manage that workflow on the back end, you're going to end up having poor customer service or not delivering your product or service well. And so you actually end up losing clients instead of gaining clients. So I love that we're bringing these two things together and talking about workflow and efficiency on the back end so that if you do get new clients, you can handle them with the same quality and everything that you're used to. So I think it's a super important topic.
Yeah, exactly. And it saves you so much time, doing some of the nitty gritty stuff. We can automate that, use technology to make it easy to grow.
Right. Yeah. As you do gain new clients, some of those things that become kind of stressful and are the back end things that have to be done, but aren't necessarily directly related to customer service or delivering your product or service. Those are the things that, out of the gate, you can start to automate and really make a difference in your business and your personal stress levels associated with all of that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a big fan of automating as much as you can. It makes you look like a pro, and it saves you and your clients a lot of back and forth. And I always think first about scheduling systems and just easily allowing people to see your calendar and book time on your calendar and just have that be the first thing that's automated. It saves all that back and forth. And you can even make these automations seem really personal, even though they're automated. Yeah. And people tell me that all the time, like, I thought you were personally following up with me. And I'm like, no, I just wrote a great reminder email for you.
Right. Yeah, I have spent, I recently, that's been a couple of months, probably switched over to an automated scheduling. And before that, I would just have, and even now there's a few people who they contact me through email, but so, are you available these times? Well, no, but I'm available these times. Well, I'm not available. It's like, oh, just take my calendar, please. Just find a space that's already, open. That makes it so much easier.
Yeah, it does. Sometimes I even send it to my friends who we can't connect. I'm like,
right.
This is my calendar. This is when you can, it's crazy, but it totally works.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. I know another thing with scheduling that I figured out kind of the hard way was booking. So I use Acuity, which I think you also use. Yep. And there's the ability to set kind of buffer time before and after your appointments. And that was something that I initially didn't have set. And I had somebody book an appointment with me that was right next to another appointment that was away from my office. And so I had to leave my office early, drive, and sit in the parking lot and have that call so that I could just get off and walk right into the building. So I think that that buffer time is important and was something I wish I'd, paid attention to from the very beginning.
Yeah. And some of those things we just learn as we go and we figure out. Like, I had to learn that people can't schedule same day appointments with me because if I'm out somewhere having lunch and somebody books an appointment in 4 hours, I'm not going to get that notification, and then I don't show up and it looks unprofessional. So I have a 24-hour kind of buffer for appointments, and that works really well for everybody.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
So I know something else that I started recently, to your point about the professionalism, is using so it's HelloSign, the kind of document and signature management for contracts. So I can send my contract to a client through that system, and they can sign it online, and everything is housed there. And that, I think, has made a difference. One, in terms of the back and forth of I send them a contract, and then they print it, and then they sign it, and then they have to scan it and email it back. So it saves time from that perspective. But I think a number of the people that I've sent it to have commented on kind of, oh, like that's super easy. Like it seems really cool. And so it adds not only the efficiency, but, you know, kind of that professionalism factor that I didn't quite expect so much that they would like it and think it was so cool.
Yeah. And isn't that the great thing about using some of these tools to automate is that you set it up one time and then you might click a few things and it just goes to the clients who need it. So it saves you so much time and you look professional. I love that.
Yeah. So are there so I think starting out scheduling is great. I would say on that kind of contract management, there's a point where if you're just doing, you know, one or two, maybe it's because it does. So a lot of these things cost, it does. So, you know, weighing the cost benefit there. Is there anything else that you would recommend kind of, you know, when you're first getting started or as you start to pick up your clients, kind of the next things that you would want to automate and consider?
Yeah. I mean, first of all is the scheduling, but even, billing. I use PayPal and I have some other systems that I just set up to make it easy for, you know, automatic payments to go through. I use the Zippy Courses plugin for all of my courses, but also my one-on-one work. And that system actually handles recurring payments, payment plans, memberships. So it handles all that payment stuff for me. And so I don't have to like chase people down, and it charges their credit card. So their checking account isn't going to bounce. Like all of that stuff gets automated and I get the money easily and they get to keep working with me easily. So like that kind of stuff is important. So I think having a billing system or some kind of, you know, I don't know, just an easy way to receive money makes every business better.
Yeah, so I use for my kind of larger clients in terms of strategy and consulting packages, Xero is my back end kind of accounting system, and you can invoice directly from there and connect it to your Stripe account. So that's what I do for some of those larger invoices. And I had a client recently who I billed. A couple of days later, he reached back out and he said, I told some of my colleagues about being able to pay online. Like, what was that? And how do you do that? And so it's kind of like, well, it's just a invoice connected to Stripe, but he was like really fascinated by it. So I thought that was kind of cool to be able to share with him. So I'm working with him on a strategy for something different, but being able to share some of those other things, I think, provides a little extra value to your clients too.
Yeah, exactly. And I know some of those systems like Xero and FreshBooks are really popular, but I use GoDaddy Bookkeeping and it does all the same things. It does the invoicing. It tells me that people have opened an invoice and looked at it so I can kind of follow up with them if I need to. And it connects with Stripe and PayPal and it generates reports for me for tax time. So, and it's just a lot less expensive than some of the programs that have an affiliate program. So you're going to hear more about FreshBooks because people have an incentive to tell you about it. But I've used GoDaddy Bookkeeping for 4 years and I love it. It's so easy and it automates that stuff for me. And I love going in there and looking at my reports.
I didn't even know that GoDaddy had bookkeeping software, so that's really interesting.
Yeah, it's really sneaky, totally under the radar, but it's definitely one of my favorites.
Nice. So learn something new every time I talk to you or any of the other collective coaches.
I know, me too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So kind of recapping what we've talked about, workflow and efficiency and automating things on the back end can really contribute to your growth because it saves you time, it saves your customers time. You can take on more clients when you have smoother processes. You're more or less likely to drop the ball on something or miss a contract signature or an invoice payment or scheduling time with somebody. So I think it's really important to think about growth from the perspective not just of how do I get more clients, but how do I make things easier and more efficient on the back end, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. It's such a great topic.
I know I could probably talk about this for hours, but there's tons more ways you can automate and things you can use as you get started. But I think we've covered some of the basics that can help anybody, no matter what level that they're at in terms of getting started with some of this automation. So maybe we can do a future conversation on kind of the level 2 and other things that you can automate as you go.
Yep, definitely. I've got all that too.
Excellent. All right. Well, this has been wonderful. If you're interested in learning more about Prodigy Collective, you can check us out at collective.prodigyandco.com. If you are interested in using our services, but you aren't sure exactly what you might need or who you might want to work with, we offer 30-minute complimentary discovery calls where you'll talk to me, and I'll help you sort of strategize what you need based on where you're at right now and which of the 8 coaches would be best for you to talk to. So you can find that on our website. There's a Let's Chat button at the top if you want to find out more. So thank you so much, Terra, for talking with me today. It's been great. I always love learning about the things that you're doing from a technology perspective.
Awesome. Thank you, Jessica. This was really great. You had good examples too of the actual clients and the way that people are benefiting from automating. So
yeah,
awesome. Good conversation.
All right. Yeah. All right. Talk with you later.
Bye.
Bye.